Why not, right, guys? Why not? I have one review, but you know what? Let's get into that spoiler territory. What is going on, guys? Welcome to Think About It Reviews, and I wanted to do a spoiler discussion of the things I liked and the things I disliked about Ridley Scott's The Martian. Now, I'm assuming you saw the movie, the film, so I'm just this is really just shooting the shit, really just me and you back and forth. Comment below. I want to hear your guys' thoughts, of course, and I will reply. So just get down to it, the things I really liked, because honestly, there's really not a lot of negativity. There's hardly anything negative about for me to say this film, other than maybe a little bit too long, a little fatigued at the end. However, I just can't think of any parts you can really cut away. Maybe when he was looking at the watch, but I don't know about that. And also the science around this whole film probably doesn't add up, but I usually I don't really give a rat's ass when it comes to that. I didn't really give a rat's ass when it comes to that. In Gravity, you had to care a little bit for Interstellar, but honestly, it's a film. You want to critique the film, and I guess, yeah, it includes all that stuff. Let's get started. So basically, like I said in my last review, this is about Mark, played by Matt Damon. He gets hit by debris, and he gets stranded on Mars while the whole crew pretty much launches, and they think he's dead, but he's not. I absolutely loved Matt Damon's performance in here. I absolutely loved how just, down to earth he was in here, and all the little jokes he was having. I liked how he was just talking to the computer, to the cam, recording all his activities and stuff. The little dig at Armstrong, the little pretty much him farming and making potato plants or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, this is my colony, bitches." I mean, Matt Damon was really, really good in this film. But what really hits me the most, and it's popping in my head right now, was the transition from him to be. He's built, man, and they showcased that. They showcased that when he takes off his shirt, and how he got pierced with some of the debris, some of the I think the antenna, and he's taking that out, right? And he's in pain. It reminded me of Prometheus a little bit, and he's stitching himself all up. Ridley Scott's really good at going close in for that kind of get you a little squeamish and stuff with all the gore and everything, and something like you're just not used to. Because I was going with my cousin, and she's like, "I don't want to see this." So Ridley Scott's really good at doing that. Prometheus, right? And Alien. But yeah, so they showcased really how fit he was, and I was noticing during the film, like, dang, this guy really likes to eat, because he's eating a lot when he's supposed to be saving this. But then again, I also loved the days, the transition or the editing where they kind of showcased the days, and there was like a little kind of sound effect to it. The sound mixing was great in there. I really think the sound mixing was really, really, really great. Oscar nomination. What can I say? But what I'm getting to the point is basically when they showcased he was fit. At the end of this film, this guy was like Christian Bale, man. He was skinny. He was super skinny. You could tell, like, when they told him to cut his rations, and he not eating every day, but eating every 3 days, and then only having so much food. I mean, it takes a toll, and it took a toll. I mean, he was on Mars for I forgot how many. I think it was like 2 years or something like that. 4 years maybe. But no, they came back, so maybe 2. I can't remember. I just got off the screening right now. So it should be in my head, right? But what really just pops out is just the transition of his body, how just really skinny he was. It was kind of crazy that he was able to haul a lot of the sonar panels while he was going to the destination spot where the rescue mission was going to commence. Happy Days was kind of funny. Jeff Daniels. I thought he was gonna be the real asshole in here, but honestly, he wasn't. He had to make, these are decisions. Like he was the head. I mean, the only I think a lot of people would get like kind of like this guy's an asshole is because the way he looks. He's so stern and so just he doesn't showcase really his feelings. But that one scene he did when he said yes, when he got a call from China or Hong Kong, and basically it was China, and they were going to help him out with this mission, and they had this shuttle where that could take supplies up to Jessica Chastain's whole crew, so they can go back to save Mark. I absolutely loved the visuals in here. I absolutely loved the world immense that once again Ridley Scott brings us in. Like I said in my last review, I'm not, Ridley Scott, he made clunkers. He's made clunkers, but this really showcases that, hey, he got back up and he made a fantastic film this year. And by far, I think this is better than Interstellar and Gravity. That's just my opinion. You guys, I really like Interstellar. I didn't love it. I really liked Interstellar, and I liked Gravity. I didn't love it, but I liked it. But when it comes to overall balance and what it the score, the acting, the sound mixing, the editing, the overall direction, I mean, The Martian really just is that piece of cheesecake that you're like, damn, that's from the Cheesecake Factory, and that's banana. Hell yeah. As you can see, I got my Sand shirt. So what else could I talk about? I mean, just the overall, when he had to just his survival instincts. I mean, when him thinking like, I got science the shit out of this. I mean, I absolutely love those moments, including getting dirt from. This is where I'm like iffy about it. The whole process of him growing crops, getting dirt from Mars, bringing it in to his little kind of, I like to call it the igloo, because that's where I'll call it the igloo, the igloo, where he was the little base that they all they had, and he pretty much he made a whole dude. He did crops, man. He did crops. He used all his scientific methods and stuff, and he was able to just really have like what do you call it, a greenery room or something like that. I think that's what they call it. I'm not immersed in that world, but I was really liking the stuff he was coming up with. I was like, damn, this dude is super smart, and this guy is trying to survive. I liked how they didn't really give him a family, the typical, oh, he has a daughter waiting at home, or, oh, I don't want to close my eyes, I don't want to fall asleep, but I miss you, babe. Yeah, he's not Ben Affleck. He has a mom and dad, and that's it. And he told him, he said to Jessica Chastain, tell my mom and dad, or Captain Lewis, tell my mom and dad I love them. I loved how Matt Damon said he was a pirate. He was a space pirate. Yeah, he was a space pirate technically. And I love Chatwin. Is it Chatwin? I always met Chiwetel. Vincent. I'm just gonna say Vincent Chiwetel, the guy from 12 Years a Slave. I loved Vincent. I thought the back and forth with the communication that they were doing with him and Mark, and then him having to deliver bad news and Mark just flipping out. Loved it. I loved it. I loved the periodic table or something like that. I think that's what it was, where he had to communicate in a certain way. He couldn't use letters, so he needed to make it as simple as possible so the camera could really figure out what the hell he was saying. And so he used that periodic table or something like it was a periodic table or something like that. I love that part. I thought also Kristen Wiig. I thought Kristen Wiig would be more in this film, but she wasn't. But that was fine. Donald Glover. Let's talk about Donald Glover real quick. Donald Glover, who figured out how, instead of wasting so much, trying to do this certain mission and him trying to survive for like 4 years until, another mission commences over there. How about this crew that's already coming to Earth just, whip around and we could do this, this, and this. Donald Glover really saved Matt Damon's ass. That's all you need to know. He saved his ass, and I absolutely, I thought he was so funny when he first introduced. I mean, he's just a kid. He looks like just a kid, and you have all a mess in his room and stuff. But he's like the smartest guy. When he was going to the director, Jeff Daniels, like this fucking kid. Honestly, when he was doing all those sound effects, like he's a spaceship, I absolutely loved that part. just the overall flow of this movie. I think that's the best thing about this film is the flow, is the pacing, is the mood it sets. That Ridley Scott just the atmosphere Ridley Scott sets is just, he does it all the time, and that's the greatest strength that Ridley Scott has. But the pacing in here, and just from getting to one scene to the next, it never felt like, it just felt all natural. It just felt natural. It felt like, okay, the editing just made it seem like, yeah, this is going to take a long time. And this film was long. It was already long, but it was done so beautifully where you don't care. Like, you just were so just immersed in this film, and all the conflicts that happen, especially when Matt Damon lit the, tried to do fire and he blew himself up. That was funny, or I should say Mark. And then when he went in, how they had to depress the air or whatever, and that whole little section just blew up. That was a crazy scene. There was a lot of moments where it's like, damn, man, this guy just can't catch a break. And that's what's going to happen. And he tells you that at the end of the film. Everything's going to go south. And you're going to be at a point where you're like, is this it? Either you're going to still keep working or you're not. Absolutely love that line, because it is very much true, not only if you're in space, but everything you do in life. At one point, everything is just going to seem like all is lost. And that's why I think my world, my life is like a movie, because some points it does feel like everything is lost. But are you just going to sit there, give up, and just let it all go? Or are you going to stand up and go to work and try to, dig yourself out of it? And if you answer mostly all the questions, you'll get to go home. Loved it. Loved this film. Thought it was great. Thought the acting was great. The direction was fantastic as well. I think Ridley Scott really directed, oh man, some of the direction in here was really beautifully done. The cinematography was beautifully done as well. I mean, especially in the space moments, we all saw Gravity. I think Gravity has a little bit better visuals, and definitely direction is more romantic in Gravity. I always say that, romantic. And Interstellar is definitely Christopher Nolan's baby. But I felt like Ridley Scott just took it and really just balanced this whole thing out. And I absolutely loved it. I loved this film. I thought it was great. It was great. I highly recommend it. What can I tell you? I mean, you already saw it because you're watching this review, or you haven't seen it. What are you doing, man? If there's one film you need to check out, you should check this out. If you do like, space movies, if you do like survivalist movies, if you just overall like film, I think this is a film you definitely need to check out in the biggest screen, because when it comes to space movies, that's what you want to watch it in, the biggest screen. And I did in my hometown. I watched it in RPX. I watched it in 3D. I'm going to say it again. You don't need 3D to watch this and still be immersed in the experience. So, The Martian, top 5 of this year, somewhere in the top 5. I don't know where I place it, but it's somewhere in my top 5 of 2015. I already could tell. And then we still got Star Wars, man. We still got Star Wars. So I'm looking forward to Prometheus 2, and hope, I know the visuals are going to be there, but I just get Drew Goddard. Just get him. Just get him. If he's going to, I think this guy could fix a lot of stuff. So I'm surprised they didn't have him for Spider-Man, but that's it, guys. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. You can check out all my videos. I would really greatly, fantastically appreciate it. Comment below and like the video. Well, if you like it, like I always say, grab a tick, grab a seat. Make sure you got some good popcorn to eat. I'll see you at the cinema. Bye, guys.